So hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, see my face for the first time, my name is Joy Donas, a Nigerian teacher based here in the United States and currently participating in the J1 Teacher Exchange Program. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for supporting me from day one. I appreciate you. I don't take your support for granted. You guys are the people that have made me not to give up, that have made sure I come back and continue making these videos. Okay, so please keep supporting this channel. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified once I drop a new video. Let's get into what we're here to do today. So this is a Q&A video section, or this is a Q&A video. I'll be responding to all your questions um, that you've asked. I'll be starting from the questions dropped here on YouTube. Some of you send me questions on YouTube on my comment section. I'll be addressing all your questions in this video. And also some of you message me or send me questions on my in my DM on Instagram. So I'll be answering all your questions as well. So without wasting so much time, let's get into it. So one thing before I start, my toddler is here in case you hear any noise. He's in here just looking at me making this video. My husband has gone to work, nobody to watch him, so we're making this video together. So if you hear any noise, ignore and just pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, so the first person here says, thank you so much, Ma, for sharing this information about the J1 with us. May God bless you. Amen. Thank you. And then she said, I have a few questions about the process after watching your videos on YouTube. So she said, do you need to submit any financial document for the process to either the sponsor or during your application? And the answer, I would say officially no. So when I say no, during the application process, your J1 sponsors will have conversation about your finances, what you would need, and the amount of money you will need. But you are not required to submit any document officially. Of course, you also know, as a person moving to a new country, you need some money. You will not be going there empty-handed, right? Of course, you need to get some have some money with you that you need to sort out some things, transportation, move around when you get into the country as well, and you'll be sorting your traveling expenses, flights and everything, hotel, accommodations and the rest. So you need to have some money. So, but there's no official requirement to submit any document. And also, during your visa application, you're not expected to submit any financial record or document, because in your DS 2019 that your visa sponsor will give to you, there will be some payment or whatever you'll be paid that will be listed on that document. So the counselor who is interviewing you will see all that you're coming here and that you'll be getting some money. They will see all that in that document stated. So there's no official requirement for you to provide any financial record. Also in the US, once you get here, we are being paid bi-weekly, or some people pay maybe the middle of the month, 15th of the month and 30th of the month. So it depends on your district and the states you are in. So most likely when you come in towards the end of July and start up maybe working, onboarding the first week of August, that day you start your onboarding training program, you considered already that you've started working. So in another week, you get paid and you have some money. So, and also, like I said in my other video about things to consider when choosing a sponsor, some of your sponsors offer you some interest-free loans to help you settle in when you come in. So these are all like the things that will help you financially. So you are not officially required to provide any financial documentation. I'm speaking from my own point of view. When I didn't submit any financial record. I just knew that my sponsor had conversation with me that I need to have at least this amount of money to help me with my expenses in the few weeks before I get paid, or before I get the loan the loan they provide approved and sent. I need to have some money to sort out myself. Okay. So the other question she also asked said, does your marital status matter? No, your marital status doesn't matter. The J1 teacher exchange program accommodates both single and married. If you're a single person, you can come. it accommodates you. If you're married, you have a husband or wife and kids, of course you can also participate in the program. The program allows your family to join you within 30 to 60 days based on your own sponsor's requirement. And your children that are less than 21 years of age can also come with you on the program. But if you have children that are more than 21 years, they are not eligible to be your G2 dependent. Okay? So your wife, your husband can be your G2 dependent. Your children can also be your G2 dependent as long as they are less than 21 years of age. Okay? And lastly, she said, can I apply any time of the year, or is there a specific window? Of course, you can apply any time of the year, but most importantly, I know that application for the new school year opens in October, and closes most time in towards the end of March, depending on your sponsor. So, and because it closes at that time is when they are interviewing teachers that are coming in July, because the US school calendar for students ends May. Most schools close the first week or second week of June. We're already in summer holidays. So by that time they end in March, so that people are coming in, teachers that are coming in July to start up the next school year are, are sorted out. So that period they are interviewing people, teachers are going for their visa interview and all that. So application opens most times towards the end of the year, October, and then runs to the end of March. So if you are listening to me or watching this video, this is your time to start gathering everything you need so that you can prepare to apply by the end of this year. Or if you have everything already, you can just wait till that time to apply, so that you'll be among the first people they will attend to, because most times it's first come first serve. Okay, so someone asked me here, how do I get my CV to the US standard? So their resume, how can they write their resume to become the US standard? I used a link, is it resume board or something? I can't remember the name. I will put their link in the description. So you can click on that link and put in your Nigerian CV, and it will give you information you need to work on your CV to the US standard. It will just keep guiding you and keep waiting it till you get to a desired rating, then it will stop. So this person said, I have a bachelor's in industrial relations and personal management, master's in food, economic and trade. Where do I find a visa sponsor? So I don't know if this person watched all my videos, because with what they stated, they don't have the degree requirements in education. They don't have any degree in education. If you're this person with this industrial relations, personal management, please, if you still have time, you've learned about this program now, if you're interested, go get a bachelor's degree in education. You need a degree in education, or at least a teaching subject and a PGD. I said that in my video is a requirement. You can go online. If you're asking me for visa sponsors, they are online. You can search for J1 visa sponsors, you can find them. But if you send in this with all these documents you have and send an application, they will not respond to you. So I'm just saying this so you don't waste your money going to do an evaluation, evaluating your degree, spending that and $190, which is a lot of money in naira, and you spend that money evaluating your result and put in all get all the documents you need, transcripts, expenses and everything, and then you are putting your application, they will not respond to you. The requirement, you must have a degree in education. Some sponsors take PGD if you have a teaching subject like a math, chemistry, physics, English, any other thing you have, and you have a PGD. Some sponsors will take. Some sponsors do not take anything outside a bachelor's degree in education. So the reason for this is because they want the Department of Education would have to give you a teaching license, and you need a degree to get a teaching license for you to be able to be a teacher here in the United States. So please don't waste your money applying if you don't have the basic degree requirement in education. That would be my advice for this person. Thank you for engaging in the video and reaching out. So this person is asking about that. She said, I watched your video and it stated that you teach in the US the program for 36 months, which is 3 years. Yes, the first part of the visa that you'll be given by your visa sponsors and the embassy is a 3 year visa. You have the ability to apply for an extension. While here, your visa sponsors will guide you through that. They will be the one to apply for that extension if you want to extend for another 2 years, which makes it 5 years in all. So this other person too is asking a question. She says, Happy Easter, ma'am. Thank you for the insight. My name is, I won't say the name. I like to teach abroad. Please, with all this information below, where do I proceed from? I mean, what is the first step? So now listen to now what caught my attention. So she said she has a bachelor's degree in plant science and biotechnology, PGD professional diploma in early childhood education, basic diploma in early childhood education. So she's asking what does she do? Your this person, your degree qualification are a bit complicated because from plant science and biotechnology to PGD in professional diploma in early childhood. I honestly don't really. Your early childhood diploma is good, but I think you have time. You apply for 2 years to have that as a degree because that will give you early childhood degree in early childhood is a very great advantage. You'll be a lot of sponsors may want to work with you, but with a diploma and not a degree, I don't know about that. But if you don't want to invest 2 years to get a degree in it, you can just try and see if your visa sponsors will reach out to you, if they will be willing to reach out to you. But I highly doubt that. But my advice would be that you can go back to get a degree, take 2 years to get a degree. So one thing I want to encourage you all, as I'm making this video, you don't have all the requirements. It's not the end of the road. For me, like I said, I learned about this program in 2017 and I eventually applied in 2021. So you have a long time to get everything you need and apply. The program has been ongoing for many years and I don't think it's about to come to an end anytime soon. So take your time, get everything you need, apply. So don't go wasting all your money and then be turned down by the sponsor or them not reaching out to you at all. So my advice to this person, if you're watching this video, with a diploma in early childhood, I think you have 2 more years to get that in a degree, which would be a very great advantage. They are looking for people with early childhood, and I'll advise you to go to try and get that in a degree. Okay. So this person said, "Good afternoon, ma'am. I watch your video, and I want to be sure these are the required documents." So she said, a transcript to be sent to Spatran, three recommendation letters, valid passport, driver's license. So she said, is it international or the one we are using in Nigeria? CV in the US format. You said we should send our document to Spatran. How can we send it to Spatran and how are we going to be connected with schools in the US? So I'm going to start with the first questions you asked. So the document you stated, yes, those are the important, but you omitted an experience letter. So you need to get an experience letter. If you have all these documents I just listed, you need to get an experience letter from the schools you've worked or taught before in the past, okay? So they have to give you that letter stating when you started working with them, when you stopped working with them, what your responsibilities were when you were working with them. Okay, so you need to get that letter. I think that's something you missed out. And also your question, how can we send it? So how you can send it, you go to, I'm going to put Spatran website, you go to Spatran and apply that you want to get your transcript evaluated. So if you have more than one degree, please tell them you'll be evaluating more than one degree so that they will do everything at once and charge you one fee. So you don't pay double the amount or you don't pay twice. So, for example, I had my bachelor's and master's degree evaluated at once, and it was for one fee, the $190 that I was charged. So they did both at the same time. So you apply to Spatran for your evaluation, and they give you the days you would want, depending on the days. I think the one I'm talking about, that is 190, is 10 days that it takes for them to evaluate that document for it to be ready. So once you apply, they give you a case number. So you use that case number to apply to your institution, to your university. Put that, they'll use that case number to send your transcript to Spatran. So you tell them you want to evaluate your transcript with a body in the United States. Tell them the body, and they will send your transcript attaching your 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 case number will be a subject to that document. If you're using email, Spatran accepts email. So your university have to send your Spatran through their official exams and record email address. They will not accept any transcript sent via a Yahoo or Google Mail or Gmail rather. So they will not accept anything like that. Okay. So they will accept the one sent through the official exams and record um, email address of the school. So they will put the subject of that email, your case number will be the subject of that email, so that they don't mix up your document. Okay. So they will put that case number, and your school will forward your transcript to Spatran. And once they receive it, they will let you know that they received the transcript, and they'll start counting the 10 days. Also, if you don't, your school does not send through email, you have to send it via FedEx or DHL or UPS to the United States. So you put the on the body, on the address, you have to put your case number as well, so that when they receive it, they will know that it's your document, and they will notify you and start working on it. So that's the way you have to send in your transcript. So it's apply to Spatran, get a case number, then apply to your institution, get your transcript sent to Spatran. Just keep communicating with Spatran. Once you start that process, anything that changes, make sure you send an email. They have a number as well. You can call them, you can email them, and they will always respond. Okay. So that's the way you do that. And then another question she asks: how can you be connected to schools in the United States? So your J1 visa sponsors are the one that connect you to schools in the United States. So watch my video that I put out a video. So I don't know if this one will be going up first or that one, but look out for a video where I talk about how to pick a J1 visa sponsor. Okay, so your visa sponsors are the one that are responsible to connect you with the school, because if they are your sponsor, they will find out, they'll find a school for you. When they find a school, so but you have to attend the interview, you have to pass the interview as well, but they will connect you to the principals and the school district. And once you get interviewed and you make the interview process, they would um, then they will take you or hire you for the job. So getting connected to the school is a responsibility of your J1 visa sponsor. Okay. So talking about the driver's license, either international driver's license, the ones you have back home, either of which can go. So, but it's important you must have one. So I have another question here from this person. She said, I was introduced to this J1 program but was not clear. Okay, she said, I'm from Dr. Tenny. Hi, Dr. T. Thank you so much for sending people to my channel. And but I was not clear. I want to get a better understanding of the program. I have all the qualification. Please guide me on it. I need a sponsor. I need sponsors at all. Thanks for your quick response. So she's asking me that she needs sponsors. Please, people, let's not just so rely on everyone spoon feeding us all the time. There are a lot of information on the internet. Go to Google and just search J1 visa sponsors. There are a lot of them, so you have to go through and read. And the reason why I'm saying that, some of you, because of your your qualification and different requirements, different sponsors have different requirement in terms of qualification. Like some don't take people that have PGD. Some do, and some take people that have only BSc in education. Okay, B.Ed in education. Sorry, um, the BSc in education. I'm just saying too many things at a time. So just go and check and then read through. Like I put out a video about how to choose a sponsor, what to look out for. Please go watch that video. That will give you everything you need to know about how to pick a sponsor that you'll be going through with the J1 Teacher Exchange Program. Okay, so go watch that video on how to choose a visa sponsor. So you there are so many of them. So watch that video to know what to be looking out for. So it helps you narrow down your search for a visa sponsor. Okay, because when you pick the sponsor you want, you send in your application to them. If they feel they like what you have, they will reach out to you and then the process starts. Okay, so that's how the process starts. So those people asking me, what's next, how does it start? Once you have every requirement or document, you apply to a sponsor. If they accept your application, they feel you have everything they need, and they reach out to you, then that's how it starts. So this question said, thank you, Miss Joy, for the important information. My question is, do I need to get experience letter from every school I worked or just one? So this is a very important question, and I'm going to address it this way. If you've worked, say for example, you worked in three different schools so far in your career, or in your teaching experience, you have worked with three different schools. It's important that you get your experience letters from those three schools, because if you are putting them in your resume that I've worked in three different schools, they have to be proof, because those experience, depending on the school district you're working, the years of experience can influence as also affect your pay. So because some people pay you, there's an increment based on your years of experience, but they have to confirm that as well, that they have to prove that you have actually have those years of experience. So if you're saying you have 10 years experience, there should be proof. So if you've worked in three schools, you have to get the experience letter from each school stating when you started working with them, when you stopped working with them, what your roles, what your responsibility was when you were working with them. So those experience letters give that clarification, and also helps them verify that you actually have that number of years of experience you're putting in your, or you're claiming in your resume, and that's a way to verify that. So if you've worked in only one school, put the one school, get the put that in your resume, and also let it get an experience letter stating where you started working from that, working in that school, and when you stop working in that school. Okay, or if you're still working in that school, so you will state your date, right? So for in my case, I worked in only two schools before I left Nigeria, and I had two experience letter. So I put the other first school where I worked, started stating where the day I started working with them and the day I stopped, and the other school where I worked, stating when I started and when I stopped working with them. So your experience letters have to state that. That's the only way to verify your years of experience, because the higher years of experience, sometimes the higher your pay, because they pay you based on your years of experience as well. This one says, thank you for the information. I joined the live Instagram, but my question was not attended to. I apologize. I'm sure it was an oversight. My question is, for someone that studied Yoruba education with 5 years of experience, can the person apply as well? I would say no with Yoruba education, because Yoruba language is not being taught here. So if you're applying that you're a teacher of Yoruba, you teach Yoruba with 5 years. So if they will not, no sponsor will take you, because they don't teach Yoruba in the US classroom. So what I would advise this person, you already have education. So I think with 2 years you can get a degree in something else. You can do start up, like, what they call that. Um, with you go back to school for 2 years, you get a degree maybe in early childhood and another teaching subject. So, but I don't think any visa sponsor would want to reach out to someone with Yoruba, because they don't teach Yoruba here in the United States classroom. I hope this helps. But I will encourage you that if you're interested, you don't have to move this year, or you can take your time and get what you need, then apply. So another question, this person says, what if you already have your transcript with you? But this person is asking if they have their transcript with them, what do they do? Unfortunately, Spatran or any other evaluation body would not take any transcript from an individual. They will not take your transcript from you, except if it's a student copy. But the official transcript has to be sent from your institution, from your school, the exams and record to be precise. If it's email, or they mail it down here to the US, so they will not accept the transcript from you. You have to send it to through your institution. Okay, so I think we have come to the end of this Q&A section. This, I've addressed all the question, but I think there's one question I'm missing. I couldn't find it, but I remember what the person said. So if you're watching this video and you're that person, I think you were asking about if you are someone, if your religion affects that you wear hijab, or so you're Muslim, and if that affects you, there's no discrimination on the teacher exchange program. I know my former roommate, she was from India, and she's a Muslim and she's on the program, so there's no discrimination. Your religion does not matter. The to does not matter or affect you participating in J1 program. So if you're that person that's sending that question, please, and you have all the requirements that I've stated in my previous video, please apply. Okay. Also, go back and watch the video on the requirement. Please, if you're not sure, I have a video. I'll link it in this video somewhere, so you could go apply, to go watch all the documents and everything you need to be able to apply to this teacher exchange program. Thank you all so much for watching this video to this point. Please always remember to keep sending your questions. If you need any clarification at any point in time, feel free to reach out, drop your question, engage in these videos, drop your question. I will definitely respond. Okay. And with that being said, thank you all so much, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.